Okay, let's talk negative exponents for a minute. So we're going to talk about this in a couple different ways. First things first, if I have a number like -3 squared, if we just look at that, what number is being squared? Well, the 2, right, the exponent is only touching the 3. So this is really the same as -3 squared. Well, 3 squared is 9, so this is the same as -9. Now, that's different than if we say -3 squared, because now the exponent is touching the parentheses. So that means everything inside of the parentheses is being squared. So that's the same as saying we're going to have -3 times -3, and 2 negatives we know is a positive. Okay, so that's kind of like the general idea of I think I started with negative exponents. Exponents with a negative number. Now, that's slightly different than negative exponents, right? So let me see if I can just erase this screen here for a second. So now let's talk negative exponent. So if I have 3 to the -2, right, exponential rules tell me that's the same as 1/3 squared, which is 1/9. This is the idea. Now, we're talking a lot about scientific notation in class. So let's think about what does it look like if we have 10 to a negative exponent. That's like 1/10, which is the same as 0.1. So this is the idea in scientific notation. If you have a negative exponent, you're going to have a small number. Okay, so let's talk about scientific notation. Oh my goodness, this erasing is killing me. So let's just start with if I have 3.5 times 10 to the -4th. Now, as we just mentioned, 10 to a negative power is a small number. And the power of 10, right, each decimal place is a power of 10. So you could think of this 10 to the -4th as 1/10 to the 4th. Change that to a decimal and do all that work. It's the same as saying we know that we're going to move this decimal 4 places. And because this exponent is negative, we want to make our base number, that 3.5, smaller. And to make it smaller, the decimal's got to go left. So we're going to start with this number of 3.5, and we're going to move our decimal 4 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the left. Those empty humps become 0. So in standard form, that's a horrible one, this is the same as 0.00035. Okay, now, similarly, if we would have 2.7 times 10 to the 3rd, notice that is a positive exponent. Positive exponent means our numbers get bigger. To make our numbers bigger, our decimals have to go right. So we would take 2.7 and move that decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the right, fill them in with zeros, and this is the same as 2,700. Okay, so what does that look like then? Okay, so now let's go one step further. Let's go 2 times 10 to the 3rd times 3 times 10 to the -5th. If we're multiplying here, 2 times 3 is 6 times 10 to the 3 plus -5 is -2. Now, if we want to put that in decimal notation or standard notation, the -2 means my number gets smaller. Well, right now, the decimal, because 6 is a whole number, the decimal comes after. So to make it smaller by 2 places, I'm going to go left 1, 2, and my new answer is 0.06. Okay, try that, see if that helps.